Us. So in today's advanced class, we're going to be looking at posture. Now this is something that doesn't just affect lower grades, but it also affects higher grades. So we've identified some basic combinations, fighting combinations, and specific elements in kata where people often struggle with their posture. We're going to start off looking at the basic combinations. Right, so now we're going to look at some of the advanced basic combinations. Now this first one, kata chudan, landing nekoshidachi, block shitomushuki, sliding into zenkutsudachi, gakuzuki. So first of all here, when he's kicking and landing, notice his head is always looking forwards. Now that's key for this technique because that enables a nice balanced position. Just watch that slightly faster. Right, so let's increase the difficulty and change the block. So now he's doing kata chudan, landing in kokoksudachi, blocking chudan shitoki, into zenkutsudachi, punching gakuzuki. Now this is one of the harder ones because people often fail to keep their back up straight. They'll lean back on this shitomushuki. If we look at it from a sideways angle, you'll notice his head remains completely still. He's not looking up, down to the side. By trying to hold that head position as still as possible, that enables that nice balanced kokoksudachi. And also if we look at the angle of his back in relation to zenkutsudachi and then the following stance, you'll notice the angle hasn't changed, and that helps with that kokoksudachi. So you'll notice that when he's doing those combinations, his back is staying as straight as possible. A good way to practice at home or next time you're training at the dojo is to try and keep your head still, looking at something in the background, and try and hold that position as best as you can. This will help avoid that lean back. So now let's have a look at the fighting combinations. Right, so looking at the fighting combinations, we're going to start off with Kazami, Sotoki, Kazami Gak. And let's just rewind that and have a look at the Sotoki. So notice when he blocks, he keeps his back up nice and straight again. He's not leaning backwards. And that enables a nice fast counter-attack for the Kazami Gak. So watching it in full speed just once more. So he gets a nice spring off from that Sotoki. Right, so moving on to the next combination, Kazami Gak, block Kazami Gak. If we just watch that once more, look at the angle between his head and his hip. And that remains constant the whole time, which again enables that fast technique, as shown there. Moving on to our final one, takedown hip throw, drop down Gak. And we'll just watch that once more. Here. So notice when he bends down to do the gakuzuki, his back is still straight. He's not hunched over. By keeping his back straight, he can get more weight behind the punch, as demonstrated at full speed. Right, so we're going to have a look at the first section of pin and knee. Mainly that transition between the, let's rewind it a little bit, that last movement here, where his weight's back in nekoshidachi and transferring through into kibadachi. If we see it here on the other side, I'll slow it down slightly. So from here, you'll notice his back remains straight, he's not leaning forward. Let's rewind just slightly to here. That's it. So the weight is all held on that back leg. By keeping the back up straight, that creates a nice fluid transition through into kibadachi. And from there, you'll see his back straight, and that helps create that nice symmetrical stance. So we're going to look at pin and gore, more specifically this second section. Now this is one of the katas where a lot of people tend to lean over. More specifically, not necessarily on the kibadachi, but actually this transition into kokoksudachi. So just ensure that from that tetsui, that geren tetsui, when you push your hip back into kokoksudachi, you avoid leaning back. By maintaining that straight back, that will help on this mikozuki geri, thus creating a perfect kakadachi. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you practice the bits we were working on. Next time we're going to work on arm control. Subadach, us. Catch you next time.